A few years back, when Hillary Clinton was making her run for the White House, there was this big question out there, are the men of this country really ready for a woman leader, a female president? Because there's this sense that the men are feeling threatened and kind of aggressive towards women stepping up into all of these leadership and powerful roles all throughout our society. And I remember my husband turning to me one day and he said, I don't understand, what's the big deal? Why are men so intimidated by having a woman president or a woman boss? I've had woman bosses and, she's just like having a man boss. She tells me what to do, I do it. You tell me what to do, I do it. What's the big deal? And I said, honey, you are very secure in your masculinity. And not every guy is, so women can intimidate them. And then I thought, aha, that might be it. It might be that men are feeling insecure in their masculinity, and when they see powerful women, it kind of, touches on that little piece of vulnerability they're experiencing. And this is really a whole societal thing that's going on. I mean, for 40 years or so, the men have been basically demasculated. They've been exploring their more soft and vulnerable parts. They've been smacked on the wrist for displaying any kind of aggressive or assertive or masculine behavior. All of their rites of passage have gone away. So they've been kind of like, where are we? What is being a man? And meanwhile, women have been celebrated for stepping into their power and taking on leadership roles and really getting out there and becoming stronger as women, and that image of a strong woman. So it's created a lot of confusion amongst the sexes. Men don't really know what it means to be a man, and they're nervous that they're not as much of a man as they should be for women, and so they get intimidated by a woman who maybe represents something that they think they should have. So what do we do with these poor, delicate men? Do we say, come on, wimp, grow some balls and man up? Well, we could, but I don't think that will get you to a harmonious relationship. And I know women tell me, I go on these dates with men and they seem like they don't want a woman who can think for herself or make her own decisions. They just can't handle that. And if you have read anything that I have written, you know that I am never going to ask you to give up your power. I am never going to ask you to be weak or meek just to build up a man's ego. But in order to hold our power, we don't have to take power away from anyone else. So, if you feel like maybe you're a bit intimidating and men seem threatened by you, there are a few things that you can do. Now, I'm not saying that you do this, but often women who do tend to come across a little strong also tend to criticize and challenge men. It's kind of fun, it's exciting, to man bash, to kind of swing your hips around and see if you can defeat him. That's an exciting thing to do. And it really can make a man feel very insecure and very threatened by that kind of behavior. So you women are becoming terrifyingly strong, and the men might begin to feel a little bit useless. And when a man does not feel useful, it just eats away at his self-esteem. And he doesn't want a woman to think of him as unuseful. And he wants to be able to contribute and participate in some way. So the first thing you can do is to ask yourself, well, hey, am I tearing them down? Am I knocking out the rug, knocking them down by pulling out the rug underneath of them? Every question, is it a challenge? Am I not even giving him space to breathe? So just kind of be honest and check in to see if that's one of the ways that you're behaving. So I don't want you to stop being powerful, but we don't have to knock him down at the same time. A great way to become less intimidating to a man is to acknowledge him. Wouldn't that be great to hear something great that you do? And this is what it might look like. It might look like, oh, thanks for holding the door for me. That was nice. Or, wow, you have a really tough job. You must be very resilient. So watch your language in the way you actually speak to a man, because they need to be pushed and bolstered and to know that it's okay to be a man too. And see if making those subtle changes makes men a little more open to communicating and romanticizing with you. I'm Jessica Sabatini from FindingMyRealLove.com, helping powerful women claim the romantic love they deserve.